We're done with one Kings who were desperate for an IPL trophy. We have another Kings who are also desperate for an IPL trophy. But I mind you, don't write off this team because on paper, they look very, very strong. I have the Punjab Kings squad analysis today for the IPL 2025. Sandy Paji, Aryan, always there when it comes to the Punjab Kings. They have a smile on their face. They have a confident look on their face as well when it comes to the Punjab King this time around. Shreyas Iyer is back partnering with Ricky Ponting. Paji, how confident were you after the IPL auction?
Really confident, very quietly confident. There could have been a lot of things that I could have changed, but again, getting Shreyas Iyer, getting Ponting back together, that combination, which we know has worked well in the past, to get them both in our team. And yes, we probably paid more for Iyer, but again, nothing beats the winning mentality. And you look what he's won since signing with us. It's all looking good for the Share squad this year.
Absolutely, it's all looking good, and probably you could have definitely taken a Rishabh Pant as well because Aryan, you guys had the biggest purse, and we knew that you will dictate terms in the IPL auction. Was your choice before you went to the auction table? Did you wanted Rishabh Pant, captain, wicketkeeper, batter, or you're okay with Shreyas Iyer too?
Shreyas Iyer all the way. No disrespect to Pant, but his captaincy skills are a bit below par for me. Watching him captain at Delhi Capitals doesn't really come across as a confident captain. Shreyas Iyer, no matter what, he'll throw you in the deep, but he'll back you as well if you're having an off day on the field. And plus, he's so self-confident right now that he'll go out with a swagger. You won't really know from his body language he's out on zero or he's going.
Correct. So, I watched this closely. Very good point you mentioned. You will not understand by his body language, and he keeps things very calm. And he's coming from being a champion with the Kolkata Knight Riders. How massive a boost is that, Aryan, being a champion, having that experience, and also having a very good coach now with the likes of Ricky Ponting?
No, I was having a discussion today only with a few of our members in our group about captains in the past. UV has been there. Obviously, he won the 7 World Cup. George Bailey came in. He was a fresher to the squad. Gilly tried to build an. It's not that we haven't had good captains. We've had good captains, but no, not someone with this pedigree. I don't recall Punjab having a captain who's won bloody 4 titles in 1 year, and who we didn't have a captain who's recently won an IPL too.
Correct.
This was, you went shopping. You bought the most expensive and the best thing available in the market. That was simply the mindset Punter had, and I think kudos to him. He stuck by his words. He bought what he wanted.
Absolutely. He was very delighted with the way that the squad panned out, Paji. But what about the captain and the coach? What brand of cricket can we expect? Let's see who they are. The moment you got somebody like a Shreyas Iyer in the IPL auction with that price tag, I think he was nailed as the captain as well for the Punjab Kings. It was just a matter of time before he was announced. On the other end, an Aussie coach. Though he had good terms with the Delhi Capitals, took them to the final. And also out there, you had Shreyas Iyer, who was the captain as well. Do you think this time around the fortunes will change?
Yes, I think they will. And, the mindset, as you said, is going to be key to this. We've got a winning mindset in the captain, and we have somebody who's got experience of winning an IPL as well. So if you look at the squad, if there's one thing, weakness you would probably say, is how many people in our squad have actually won the IPL. And that stops really with the captain and the coach. So I think that's the big thing that we've got this year. And again, we've got a mixture of very young players and we've got experienced IPL players. So if our foreign core works really well, we've got choices on occasions on that. That will be good. But I think with Punter in charge, the way they've started the training off, first going into Dharamshala, a lot of fans said to me, why have they gone to Dharamshala, not Mulampur? They're going to play 4 games in Dharamshala. So to have that experience, knowing the surroundings in Dharamshala now actually makes that feel like a bit of a home ground for us, because when we go there, we won't be in exactly the same position as other teams. So we've had that really, really good practice there. And now we move to Mulampur. So I just hope the mindset of the team, the confidence of the team will be from the home games, because that's one improvement I really want to see the team do, is win at least 4 or 5 home games, because we know we are deadly away.
Absolutely. You need to make your home your fortress, though you have 2 homes, but you still need to make that count. But Aryan, coming into the squad, I see 25 names. You have filled your entire squad when it comes to the names. 15 of them have played IPL last season around. 4 of them I can see have scored 300 plus runs, with Shreyas Iyer, captain, being one of them. Is he written as the number 3 throughout the entire season as your number 3?
He was officially announced by Ponting as soon as the auction day 1 got over. So he is the number 3. And this squad, I'm not expecting miracles from day 1. Firstly, I'm expecting 3 consecutive wins, which we haven't had since 2020. Last we did it was when we had that 5 winning streak in Dubai. So this team hasn't won that, so that's a shame.
Correct.
So we need to put that marker off. Number two, if we lose a couple of games, we've seen this team go off track haywire. Two
Correct.
games lost, and then it's harakiri in the camp. Can if we go down a few games, can we maintain the atmosphere? That's another question. I want to see these two things ticked off. Forget playoffs, forget qualifications, bring consistency. We've had consistency in the 11. That's what's changed. Coaches have had time. Playing 11 hasn't changed a lot in the last 3 years. That's good. But can we handle a few wins? Can we get a few wins together, and can we handle the losses? That's what I want to see first before anything else.
Absolutely. The maturity is important in the squad, and let's see if Punjab Kings, like you rightly meant, can they have a winning streak on the ride? And if they do, they're a very good side on paper. What about the squad of the Punjab Kings? Let's take into it and see deep into it what the Punjab Kings squad looks like. Paji, the beauty of the squad, I see most T20 teams look for all-rounders. Like in so many names in the all-rounders section, filled with Aussies, filled with a little bit of Africans and also Afghanistan. Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Marco Jansen, Azmatullah Omarzai. What can you expect from these four?
This is where it gets exciting because those players that you've just mentioned are in form and they have been in form. I watched a lot of Big Bash and Maxi was getting back to the old Maxi, which will be great for us. Stoinis, a great guy. I think probably in this team, we will rely more on his batting than his actual bowling. So I think, Stoinis as opener possibly could happen. Obviously, Josh English played well in the ODI series against India. So he's in form. So there's a lot of choices that we've got to make. But I think having Marco Jansen, Azmatullah, and Maxi, you've three, they've got to play for me because that just gives you bowling strength. And both Jansen and Azmatullah have shown what they are with the bat. So together, the pedigree is there. And I think those four players, if we can get them in the form that they are now during the IPL, I think we're going to be very, very strong. And then it's just how the Indian core adds on to that, strong base. And we've got a lot of bases covered. For me, I still think, those four will be our four openers coming into game one. And then we look at getting an Indian opener with Prabhaswaran, maybe Arya. There's a lot of talk about him. Or maybe Wadera starts up front. So you get a right lefty. Because I think if there was one thing that I would say is, do we have a lefty in the middle order? We probably don't unless they play Wadera there. So generally, a fantastic squad mixed with all-rounders. And our biggest issue, we've got Yuzi Chahal, and that having that quality spinner alongside with Brar, it's going to be good. And the reels will be even better. So I can't wait to see what the content we can get with.
The admin of the Instagram page will be always busy if you have Yuzi Chahal out there. But that was my next question to you, Aryan. How delighted are you to have somebody like Yuzi Chahal, who is now replacing somebody like Rahul Chahar into the side?
Rahul Chahar, with all due respect to him, didn't have the turnout we wanted. We bought him from Mumbai Indians for a reason because he did really well there. And now Chahal was the best option. Ponting already mentioned 3 non-negotiables, Arshdeep, Chahal and Shreyas. If he had to go 30, he could have gone 30. He wasn't going to shy away once it passed 20 for Shreyas. He wasn't going to shy away if it was 20 for Yuzi or Arshdeep. So he was going to get them. He always believes in Indian core. Look at DC. Ashwin, Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, in that golden era, what did he have? Indian core.
Correct.
He's built the same thing around here. Prabh Simran, Shashank, Shreyas. I'm going to name a few which are going to feature. Braj, Chahal, Arshdeep. All of them had played IPL. He's built an Indian core. That's what you need. You don't need overseas players. Punjab have had overseas batters as their mainstays. Except for Sean Marsh, no one has performed. If you look at the stats, no one has performed for Punjab consistently. 1 or 2 games, yes. But now Ponting has bought all-rounders. All-rounders means you don't have to contribute that much with the bat. Indians will take care with the bat. You chip in with the bat or the ball. That's what I think that's a good thing because the overseas players won't feel the burden of bloody performing every game and winning it for Punjab. They know they have the Indian cover, so I think that gets the pressure off the overseas guys a bit. That's good.
100%.
It's looking good on paper, but again, I've talked to a few ex-cricketers as well. They said it's good on paper, but again, everybody's worried about what if Punjab
How you
the
perform. Absolutely. How you perform on the day is very important. And Punjab performing on the day do not have a good history. They always sometimes do choke, and in big moments with a good side, they can turn it around. 18 wickets for Yuzi Chahal last season, 19 for Arshdeep Singh, and it just sums up the reason why you said about Ponting wants Indian core into the side. What about the fixtures, Paji? You said about home games, how important they are. Let's take a look into that. There it is, 7 games at home, 7 at away, half of them at Chandigarh, half of them at Dharamsala. Can you tell me, looking into the fixtures, how many games can you confidently say you're winning and moving into the playoffs?
There's only one game I want us to win, and that's RCB at home. I've got to see us win that game. And it's about Ekap Salah Naam Dege Sada Cup Sadaya, Ekap Sadaya. So I want us to really, really win that game. But again, the Rajasthan Royals, let's concentrate game by game focus. Rajasthan Royals are a very good fixture for us at the start. They don't look like the strongest team in the IPL. On
Correct.
paper, we look very strong, and we need to win that first game. Last year, I was at the Delhi Capitals when Pant came back, and we won that game by the skin of our teeth at the end of the day. Because if Ishant hadn't got injured in that game, they probably would have won because he was bowling really, really good. So I think really we want to go into the Dharamshala games with at least 3 wins at Mohali, because that will then take us the pressure. Because for us to win our first game in Dharamshala is going to be a big deal as well, because it's not been a good venue for us. So realistically, I want us to win the Rajasthan Royal game. CSK, we always beat them anyway, so now we can say tick that box and hopefully see Abrar perform in that game, because I really like him against CSK.
You said about
and then I
moving
want
into Dharamsala and then getting a few wins before that. Aryan, on the other hand, said, before I move into the home games, I am expecting first 3 games, 3 victories on the trot. You have Gujarat Titans away from home, you have Lucknow Super Giants away from home, and then you play at Bulanpur Rajasthan Royals. Are you confident winning all 3 of them, Aryan?
First game is trial match. Like you say, na, in gully cricket, it's trial ball. I'm saying it for a reason. If we win it, good. If we don't win it, we have 6 days to ponder over what happened. We have a huge gap in that first and the second game. How is that going to play on the team? If you win, okay, that's great. Going with confidence. But if you lose, I think it's a good thing, because in 6 days, you'll even forget that there was some ground named Ahmedabad and you even had a game in Gujarat, even if you don't win. So I think this gap, maybe it's good. So we need to see. But see, Gujarat Titans, yes, we can do it. Lucknow, see, no one can really say, but we'll give fight in all of those games. That's what I can say. That it's basically, if I want to get it into a percentage thing, I feel all the games are 55-45 because of the format. In favor, I hope in favor of us only, but I'm still giving the other team like 45% chance, which is a very good chance. So 55-45 at the moment.
55-45 in terms of the first game, and then you move ahead. And I think on paper and the way the games are panning out, you have enough gaps, and that's where I think sometimes the team, if they lose the first game, they want to face the second game as quickly as possible. But you said you have enough time to practice and forget, because you'll be back home, then you travel once again to Ikana. That is a very good strategy as well. What about the SWOT analysis of the Punjab Kings, Paji? Let's take a look into that. Paji, talking about this Punjab Kings squad, we discussed about the squad on paper. They look good, but what could be your strengths if you look into this side?
It's the variation of our squad. Something for the first time, the backups can move in straight into the team, and there won't be that difference between the quality of the players. I don't think there's going to be a massive quality. I think we had that problem last year when we had a few injuries. The players that were coming in weren't as strong as the players that were leaving us. So I think a player like Xavier Bartlett, he played really well in the BBL. He could come in and replace either or Janssen or Marzai. We've got, if Stoinis isn't going to be opening the batting, we have English in the team. So I think that's the good thing. And then obviously we don't know what's going to happen with Lockie. So if Lockie comes in, we've already got Lockie in the squad as well. So we've got a really, really good balanced squad. And I think it's a long tournament. So again, form is dependent on that. And I think whatever comes in matches what comes out.
Absolutely. And you said about the squad, the depth as well. I think this middle order firepower, Stoinis, Maxwell, if Stoinis opens, that's different. But if Stoinis, Maxwell, Shashank in the middle order, that's huge. And then you have Azmatul Omarzai, Marco Janssen. I'm falling short of names, to be honest. Strength always has a weakness, Aryan. Can you point out any?
Weakness, I think it'll be that the style of play. What do they decide to do? What are the roles they are defining for their players? Prab Simran is clear. Okay, Shreyas is also clear. But what happens with Maxwell and Stoinis? How many games are they going to get? What confidence do you give? The weakness in this team is not skill. It's going to be role definition. How does Ponting play around with that?
What you said about role definition, I think the first biggest role definition I can point out is the lack of openers. Don't you think?
No. I don't think Josh Inglis is a player that less seen. Might as well throw your card in there and show teams what he is. Less seen. IPL scene is not there. He might take a few games, but he's a bloody match winner. Give him 14
you need to
games.
play just 4 overseas.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So my 4 overseas would be Inglis, Stoinis, Maxwell, and Janssen. They are starting for me. I want Omarzai in the 11, but practicality is that our coach is an Aussie, and a bit of bias is always there. So thinking about it practically, we have enough Indian backup. I feel in the bowling arsenal we have Yash Thakur and likes of
You
Kuldeep
have
Sen, who was
Kuldeep Sen as well. Yeah.
good enough to deliver. So might as well pack your batting. And Josh Inglis, if you don't play him, why did you bring him? So that's the question. And I don't see any reason Ponting bringing in Josh Inglis just to keep him as a sub. Plus, we have a weak keeper. We have a very weak keeper in Prabh Simran. And I don't want a weak keeper. Weak not in the sense he can't do it, but Yuzi Chahal has the variations. Arshdeep has the variations. Our bowlers are good. They need a good keeper behind the stumps. So I would literally pick Inglis on the basis of his keeping. So I feel English is gonna play. I agree with Paji that Omar Zain Janssen is going to be a beautiful combination, but I'm really worried about who's behind the sticks. So I feel that's an area we can cover with English. Good enough keeper.
True that you need a specialist wicket keeper, because if you concede so many buys in case, that's going to hurt yourself. But opportunity lies always in this side, and maybe just the way Aryan said about English, is he the opportunity that he can pounce on, Paji?
It could be. It could be. The opportunities for us is, again, we've got a fresh start. We've kept a nice little core, by the way, Punjabi talent as well. So again, I think the opportunity for us is to take that next step now. From Trevor Bayliss to Ponting, I think that's a big opportunity for us because we've got a younger coach, a winning coach on the field, and that's surely going to be powerful for the players who can relate to Ponting probably better than they could do to George Bailey. And obviously, Shreyas being the captain compared to Shikhar Dhawan, who had no captaincy experience before, proper captaincy experience before. I think that's where the opportunity lies. We've got winning mentality in the team. Can those Ponting and Shreyas pull over the 11 other guys on the field to get them over the line? I think that's going to be the key thing for us.
Absolutely, that's going to be key. But what about the threats of this side, Aryan? What could be the biggest threat of Punjab Kings for the opponent?
I think I have already alluded to it before. The team environment, the biggest threat with this side every year. Who's dictating terms? On what grounds are they dictating terms? And how they handle themselves in crisis? And can they bloody finish off games which are there to be won? And not mess them up. And I think that's the biggest thing that needs to go away. That
you said about environment. When Ponting was there as the coach of Delhi Capitals, they had the fielding medal or fielding badge going around distributing stuff.
Yeah, everything will be instilled. I think Ponting is, and I can't wait for the dressing room speeches, man. I want to see him scold the shit out of the players. Sorry about the word, but I want to see him give it to the players. If somebody is wrong, call it out. That's the biggest thing. I think Ponting will bring it out. Bayliss used to bloody stand there in the team after wins meeting and say nothing. True. That's not what you're here for. You're paid to make players realize their mistakes. They are paid to perform. So might as well bring a tough hand to the players. And if they do well, appreciate them. That's also really important.
True. Absolutely. So, if they do well, they appreciate them. Ricky Ponting is known for that, because I agree with what you said about Trevor Bayliss. He hands it over to the skipper to give a speech and they're done and dusted. But Ponting will not do that alongside Shreyas Iyer. But what about the strategies of this Punjab Kings side? 3 questions. First one to you, Baji. This has been the talk of the Punjab Kings side since the IPL auction. 5 Aussies have been picked in the auction table. And as rightly mentioned about Aryan, that if Ricky Ponting is there, none of the Aussies will go back home without playing a single game. We know the reason why, but how many do you think will surely start in the 11?
3. We've said that. Stoinis for me, Maxwell for me, and maybe Josh Inglis for what Aryan said. Again, I think he loves Marco from his time in the Washington team. I think that's going to be really, really important. He's already got that relationship with him. And then if Lockie plays, if Lockie is fit, who does he drop? And the only one he can really drop would be Inglis. But again, I think the Aussies are important. But let's say Arshdeep hasn't performed for me in the last 2 seasons. He's taken wickets, yes, but he's been going at 10 and over. So I think that's something that really I want Ricky Ponting to work on, is get Arshdeep, under 8.5, 7, 8 and over, because that's where the importance is going to be. Marco is bowling well, but can be expensive. So we've got to really control that bowling attack as well. So it's going to be important to me. I think that's why I would probably play Omar Zain as well, just in case Arshdeep and Janssen are going for a lot of runs, because you've got 2 left armers. You need a right arm quick bowler as well. So I'm really thinking on that thing. I think Aussie-wise, there's 2, definitely, maybe 3. But don't be afraid to see Xavier Bartlett in, because I like him as an opening bowler as well. So he could probably be one to feature.
He could be a condition-based bowler, if I'm not mistaken. Not playing every single game. The condition like Eden Gardens or maybe somewhere else. I think he might, when you have swing, Xavier Bartlett could be a threat. What about the second strategy, Aryan? Over to you. Death bowling is key. And just now, Paji mentioned about Arshdeep Singh's economy. Who could be the others? I'm talking about 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. I'm considering two sure shot overs of Arshdeep Singh. Who are the others?
Put Chahal in there for me. Very, very shrewd, very clever. He's done that for Rajasthan Royals tons of times. Loves it when batsmen are coming after him. That's what he wants.
True.
One of the over. Shreyas might throw it to. Marco has to bowl, but I think he'll see how his day is going. Probably if it's a bit expensive, he'll shun him in the middle. Arshdeep is obviously there, and then with Shreyas, I love this thing with Shreyas. Who expected him to give that last over to Harshit Rana after getting smoked for 3 for 40 and then he wins you the game, gets class and out? That's what I want to see from him. If one of our bowlers is even having T20s, you get smoked for 13 2 overs, you come and bowl the last over, defend it, win the game. It's not
You're the winner.
really,
Absolutely.
there is no role definition even in the batting order. Whoever comes good, and who you feel, go with your gut. So I think Shreyas will go with his gut. I can't really pinpoint except for Ashdeep, who is going to share the death overs with him. But it will be based on the batsman who is playing, who are out there in the middle.
Okay. And if you're defending target, you might also fancy having an impact player as your one of your death bowlers.
Yeah, and that also comes in. Who is the impact player? What is he a bowler? Is he a batsman? So a lot of factors need to be considered. And even in other sides, if you look at it, we can say they bowl in the death, but again, it keeps changing every game.
True.
So yeah, this we have options. That's good. Even
that's good. Role definition is not there, and I think that you're still saying it's 1 over of Chahal in the 17th and 2 over of Ashdeep.
Yeah, and that 1 over can go to anybody. For me, even Marcus Stoinis, don't be surprised if he's bowling. He's got the experience. He's bowled a few death overs for Punjab in the past. So yeah, again, it all depends on the day, I guess, who bowls it.
Okay, it all depends on the day. It all depends on how Shreyas Iyer looks into it. What about the third strategy, Paji? Here it is. I think in the middle overs, this man will play a pivotal role alongside you said about Harpreet Brar. I think just like Gujarat Titans have Rashid Khan, similarly, how will you use the 4 overs of Yuzi Chahal?
Again, he's not reliant on where we bowl him. It's how and when we bowl him in a match situation, as Aryan said. Because we've also got, obviously, Maxwell who can bowl. We've got Harpreet Brar as well. So we've got potentially 12 overs of spin, which we can put in. And that basically is the conditions box ticked. So if you want to save runs at the end of the innings, again, I agree, you could possibly bowl the 17th over of Chahal there and bowl him, just after the power play, or trying to sneak him in between Maxwell and Brar. I think that's the right position to do it because we've got 3 various variations in the spin department with those 3 spinners. So that's an arsenal in itself. So I think it's going to be a lot based on match situation. And again, do they go for the extra all-rounder, as in Omar Azai or Lockie Ferguson as the bowling rather than the Josh Inglis? That will dictate where Yuzi bowls. But again, I think they want to use Yuzi as a wicket taker with economy, not just like they used with Chahar, just keeping the economy down and not threatening the wickets. I think that's the difference between this team and the last team.
Even economy doesn't matter with Yuzi as long as he's taking wickets.
Getting wickets, absolutely.
Stopping.
Wickets equals economy for another bowler. That's the key. The wickets.
Yeah, he's been expensive in a
few games. Because we had Harshal Patel last year. Harshal was very good.
Last year, if you see the numbers of Yuzvendra Chahal, 9.4 is his economy, but picked to 18 wickets. And I think that's the reason why Aryan is coming. He can go for runs, but if he finishes out with figures of 3 for 45 in his 4, he would rather take his 3 wickets rather than his 45 runs. And
and plus he's that kind of a bowler depends on how much, which conditions you're playing if you're bowling first, plus what is the score on the board. If we don't have any option, we'll have to bowl him in the power play if we have a low score on the board. If we have a high score on the board, it's on us. If the batsman is coming at my side, I'll throw him the ball because that's what he loves. If the other team is in desperation and the required rate is high, throw him the ball. If not, then why would we use him?
We'll save him as much as you can because of everything is going well for your side. And I absolutely agree with that.
Other team knows that Chahal is in the back. So when the situation is getting slightly out of hand, throw him the ball.
That's when he's dangerous. He might just go for runs, but he can give you a breakthrough. And I really agree with that. What about the players to watch out for? 2 each names given by both of you, and then the X factor from my end. Let's take a look into that. Shashank Singh and Marco Jansen are the 2 players to watch out for, according to you, Zandy Paji. May I know the reason behind that, please?
Yes, Marco is going to be vital, not just with the ball, with the bat, and he's proven, in the SA T20 and also the other T20s around the world, he can do both jobs. So again, giving us that extra height and bounce. That's going to be crucial, especially early on in Malanpur. I think that's going to be very, very a good strength for us. But also Shashank, can he step up to do what he did last year? I think that's going to be a key battle. Having him coming at the 4 or 5 position, I think it's going to be vital because he can accelerate the runs, he can rotate the strike, and he can hit the big ball as well. So for me, I want to see how Marco fits into the team because he's never really performed high level in the IPL, so he needs to step up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does that. But also with Shank, to see if he can take his batting to the next level because I think he's a class player.
True. Absolutely. He's indeed a class player. He scored more than 350 runs last season with a striker of 164. He and Ashutosh Sharma lived up the stage last time around. But on the other hand, Aryan, you have gone with your 2 players, which is Glenn Maxwell and Arshdeep Singh. No Shreyas Iyer. I think that's a no-brainer, to be honest. Even Yuzvendra Chahal. Your thoughts on these 2 players, please?
Arshdeep, he hasn't lived up to the billing in the last 2 seasons. So it's important that he does well. Because if he doesn't do well, the team drops. And even if Shreyas doesn't show it, he'll be a bit tensed with his form. So Arshdeep is the leader of the attack. He's been in the team for a gazillion number of years. So
True.
his performance was, we won 3 to 4 out of 7 games in the first half in 23 or 24 because he was wearing that purple cap. And when his form went down, the team went off rail in the second half. So that shows how important he is to the team.
True.
Maxwell is a like you say, it's a free hit for Punjab Kings. Expect him to not perform, but if he comes off, Punjab Kings are through.
Absolutely, because
Very
that's what RCB expected last season. Just 52 runs in his season last season, very average one for Maxwell.
That's the thing.
120 strike rate, but if he gets going, it's Mad Max, just like Wankhede Stadium. If he doesn't get go, you will have the expectation that he's not going to perform on that day. You will not be disheartened. But what about my X factor? I think this man is living up to the expectation. He's having a wonderful last 2 years. Azmatul Omarzai, if he gets an opportunity, he will make that count. 269
again,
runs.
that's a huge if with Omarzai.
True.
People want him in the playing 11, but he'll be there. He'll be there in and around. He'll play games. But what I'm liking at the moment is there hasn't been any so much talk about Punjab Kings. It's been there this season. So at least Punjab Kings is in the talks. It's in the news. It been in the flair. So yeah, if we qualify, it's a trophy for Punjab. 10 years.
No, I think it's more than a qualification because this team looks.
That's what I'm saying. A qualification at this juncture is equal to a trophy. So fans will be happy enough with a qualification. Fans are not happy at the moment. They just want a qualification. So
because of the past seasons that you have not made it to the
playoffs,
playoffs,
obviously the frustration is there, and the jerseys are also not coming out good. So that's another sad part that the fans have to go through. So either make the jersey good or qualify. That's
okay. You need to, because the fans are demanding, just like you both are demanding. The fans are demanding for quality in jersey and also in performances. What about the predicted playing 11, Paji? This is what I have. Punjab's predicted 11. There comes the debate starting. I have Marcus Stoinis and Prop Simran opening. I've managed to fit in somebody like a Omarzai into the side. What is your thought process, please?
My thought process is you've got it nailed on for me because I won't probably bowl Stoinis because we've got the bowlers sorted. And again, having the strength in the bowling attack means maybe we don't have to rely too much on Arshdeep at the start. Just get the bowling correct and just see how Marcus Stoinis does as the opening batsman. Because if the Marcus Stoinis Prab Simran opening combination works, knowing that we have Budera potentially, we have Shreyas Iyer coming at 3, and we have Shashank in the tank, we suddenly look very, very strong. We won't be losing, we won't be 3 down in every power play like we were last year, always chasing the 8 ball. So I think I would stick to this one just to strengthen that bowling, give you the options, and then you can obviously use the impact substitute, getting the Wadera in for Chahal, and that gives you a left-hander also in the batting. And again, we know the quality of the bowling. Omarzai is bowling really well. Jansen is bowling well. Arshdeep hasn't played in the Champions Trophy, but was bowling well. And then you've got 3 spinners. So you've got enough bowling attack there. One of the best bowling attack if it all runs up, and the batting is strong too. So I'd probably stick to your team and probably drop English snap, because for me, he hasn't proved it in a T20 competition. His IPL experience isn't there as an opener. Yeah, he comes down for Australia.
And that's the reason why, if you are retaining somebody like a Prop Simran, you're thinking of the future, then you need to give him all the responsibilities. I think he needs to be groomed enough, trained enough as a wicket keeper. And that's the reason I've gone with Prop Simran as my wicket keeper batter alongside Stoinis. What is the difference you have in this 11, Aryan?
I think this of Josh Inglis here.
In place of Omarzai?
Whatever combination you make, the 4 fast bowler and 3 spinner combination is undisrupted. If you get Omerzai out, you get an Indian pacer, and you're anyways playing with 4 pacers. Stoinis is there, Janssen will be there, Rashid will be there, and it's just the difference of Omerzai versus an Indian pacer. And I think Josh Inglis, he's that kind of a player who plays spin well. And
True.
you said he hasn't gotten an opportunity yet, but how would we know if he doesn't get it ever?
True,
So this is the
absolutely.
time for him now. Prove it. We had Sean Marsh, and I see a 2008 repeat.
Okay, you're
You
saying
never.
2008 repeats. So in the beginning, you're saying apart from Sean Mars, there's nobody who has been a consistent basis. Maybe
Yeah,
Josh Inglis solves the problem
maybe
for you.
England has a breakout year. Who knows? And
Could be anything can
could
pause.
be, and because just with that 350 chase mindset, this guy is not someone who'll back down. He'll throw punch for punch. Even if this guy is facing Rashid Khan in the first over, he'll get out swinging, and he won't just go like this. He played 5 balls versus India. He took 5 singles, but all of them 5 singles came against good bowlers, good balls.
Yeah,
He's able to maneuver strike. Yes, he got out, but he's shown that skill enough to get the go. And it's
true.
about on the day. If it
Absolutely.
doesn't come off. That's what the mindset this team's gonna have.
Absolutely.
There'll be days it doesn't come off, but I think Shreyas is that kind of a player who will keep the team together. So they can't go in thinking that, oh, what happens if Maxi doesn't come off, oh, what happens if the selected player. And I think Ponting isn't that kind of a guy who'll go in thinking that. So I think very much similar. The only debate everyone's having is English. So it'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see what they do on the 25th.
And it's up to an Aussie coach to decide whether he will give an opportunity to his countrymen or not. We'll see that about it. But what about the predictions now? Season predictions on the line. Let's take a look into that. Starting with you, Sandy Parji, your orange cap winner, purple cap winner, your 4 teams to move it to the playoffs, please.
Orange cap, I'm going to go for Travis Head. I just think he's going to be brilliant. Purple cap, I'm going to go for Yuzi Chahal. And I'm going to go for Punjab Kings to qualify. I don't care who else qualifies. I don't really care. As long as it's not RCB, I don't mind. Anybody else but RCB. But I'll go for Punjab Kings, maybe MI, Sunrisers, outside bet, maybe GT. Let's see. But I
Wow.
want us to qualify. I'm interested in.
No KKR, no CSK, no RCB. Every show has big names eliminated. What about you, Aryan? Who are your picks when it comes to orange cap, purple cap, and 4 teams?
So I'm backing Shreyas to do the job. Minimum 400 runs he has every season. Probably take that one step ahead. He's in confidence. So if, if Shreyas is having a good season, that automatically means I'm saying Punjab is qualifying. So that's another answer. And then I picked random. It was Rashid Khan basically, but depends on how teams play him. Do they attack him? Do they play him out? And then PBKS GT for me for sure. It's not even that we are playing first game against them. They have a good all-rounded side, so they can go through. Mumbai Indians, I already said it last year, champion team, should have been in the playoffs if not for the individual things.
Yeah.
And then Delhi Capitals. Don't rule Delhi Capitals out. Very, very good side.
Very
Complete
strong
bowling
side.
attack, complete batting attack. Harry Brook has done them wrong, but still, they are a good team. They are a good team. So Punjab, Delhi, 2 newcomers in the playoffs would be nice to see.
Absolutely. And the best thing the Punjab Kings has done, they've not trusted any English players. And if you have somebody like Ricky Ponting, no English players, and that's a good thing. Nobody will back out. Harry Brook backed out.
We're claiming him. We're claiming him.
We have to see that. Thank you so much, all of you. Punjab Kings squad analysis done and dusted. It's a very good squad. They both think that they're making the playoffs. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.